In all seriousness, even though it wasn't as important to me, it was pretty cool when not long after that, you got your first action figure and crossed it off our list.
But the fact we had different priorities is partly what made this work, because let's be honest, if we'd been competing for the same things, I'm not sure we could have been friends. You were just always so driven to be the best.
Maybe, but it's not like I was only focused on individual goals. Like, what about when we went to SmackDown Live and I ended up teaming with someone who was a great influence and mentor to me? I'm talking about Mickie James, of course! Stand up and take a bow, Mickie, you deserve it. You fought hard, but it just wasn't your night.
Let's face it, it hasn't been your night in a long time. Now, as general manager of SmackDown Live, it's my job to present a cutting-edge product, which means constantly introducing new talent to keep our brand fresh and exciting. But we can't add new talent without making subtractions. So I'm sorry, Mickie, but based on your recent performance, you can either announce your retirement or, unfortunately, I'll have to make that decision for you.
Wait, so you're basically forcing her out? She deserves better than that.
I understand where you're coming from, but like I said, this is bigger than one person. It's about protecting the brand.
There would be no brand without women like Mickie James.
You know what? It's okay. It's okay. I've been doing this a long time, and maybe I've lost a step. Maybe it's just time to hang it up.
No, you can't just accept this. There has to be another way.
Well, there is one other option, but it would just be delaying the inevitable. Mickie can continue competing on SmackDown Live, as long as she wins. But the very next match she loses is her last.
She'll do it.
I will?
All right. Good luck.
Look, I appreciate the support, but with my record as of late, I don't think I'll be sticking around too long.
Or maybe you will with me by your side.
What do you mean?
Big Show didn't say you had to win singles matches.
Are you sure you want to set aside your own goals to do this?
There's nothing I'd rather do than protect your legacy by sending you out on a winning streak. And one last title run. Win women's tag team championships with Mickie James.
From the city of brotherly love, the birthplace of extreme, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, we welcome you to another edition of SmackDown Live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of WWE 2K20, my career mode. Before we get into today's episode, be sure to smash that thumbs up button as hard as you possibly can. Share this video on social media. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. And if you are, please turn the notifications on to stay notified. As you just heard from General Manager Big Show, he gave Mickie James an ultimatum. The next match she loses, she retires. However, Kristen Murphy just came up with a suggestion to prevent that from happening. What will happen tonight on SmackDown Live? Heck if I know, I don't even have a format right now. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm being told I understand that the Iconics, the women's tag team champions, are in the ring for the Iconic talk show here on SmackDown Live. Ladies, if you would, please take it away.
Welcome everyone to the most iconic talk show ever, Iconic Talk, with your hosts,
the Iconics.
We just said iconic so many times.
You said it again. I think we just set a record.
Speaking of records, I want to remind everyone that we are now the longest running women's tag team champions ever from Australia.
Which brings us to my favorite segment of Iconic Talk.
It's time for Why Australia is Better.
This is the part of the show where we educate our audience on different aspects of Australian culture and explain
why Australia is better.
Okay, what do we have this week?
The great sport of cricket.
Which has nothing to do with filthy little insects.
No, it's actually a sport that is very popular in Australia.
Think of it like a way better version of your horrible, dull baseball.
To further educate you on this superior sport, let's go over the laws of cricket, shall we?
There are only 42 of them. Shouldn't take long.
Law 1. A cricket team consists of 11 players, including a captain.
That's a great law. One of my favourites. Now, Law 2.
I think Law 2 may need to be put on hold for just a moment, because I believe that is the music of Kristen Murphy.
Law 2. The Iconics should never be allowed to have a talk show, as it'll put everyone watching to sleep.
That's not an actual law.
Yeah, don't listen to her.
Why are you two even out here?
It's very rude to interrupt someone's talk show. I recommend you go back and watch the segment we did on manners.
We're here because we want a tag team championship match.
So you two are a team now. What are you calling yourselves?
Red and grey?
Because Mickey's so old. Get it?
Hilarious. She really is a fossil.
You've never even teamed before. So what makes you think you deserve a shot at our titles?
Maybe because 8 years ago in Calgary, I beat you in my very first match. And I've only gotten better since then. Way better.
Oh, okay. So you're saying since a long time ago, I felt bad for my pathetic opponent and basically took the night off because I was freezing, that a decade later, when that pathetic opponent rears her ugly head with an elderly partner, they deserve a tag title opportunity? Makes sense?
That was sarcasm. The answer is no.
If you think that we need to prove ourselves as a team, then we'll do it right now in a non-title match. If we win, we get a championship match. And if you win my career.
That whole career-ending stipulation is enticing.
Yeah, I forgot about that. It would be nice to put her out to pasture.
We'll do it.
But only after we finish teaching everyone about cricket.
Law 3. Never interrupt the Iconics.
Wait a minute! The Iconics have just hit Kristen Murphy and Mickie James with the cricket paddles! How disrespectful can you be? Ladies and gentlemen, we'll have this non-title matchup when we come back on SmackDown Live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to SmackDown Live, and here we go. Bella sounded during the commercial break. General Manager Big Show made this impromptu non-title match between the Iconics, Kristen Murphy and Mickie James, and Kristen Murphy is not happy with what just went down moments ago before the break, and now she's got Billy Kay up, Exploder Suplex. Kristen Murphy is pissed, and quite frankly, you cannot blame her. Irish whip in the corner now. There's an elbow followed by an enziguri. And now Kristen Murphy in control of this matchup for her team. Kick to the midsection. Sunset flip powerbomb. The cover. The Iconics, of course, the women's tag team champions as Kristen Murphy knocks Peyton Royce off the apron. Billy Kay's in the ring. Irish whip in the corner. And there's a tag to Mickie James. Mickie James now wanting to get some revenge of her own. Rebound. Inverted suplex. Of course, Mickie James was told by the Big Show she either needs to retire or he'll retire her himself. Of course, Kristen Murphy backstage said there has to be another way, and of course Big Show gave a third option, and he said the next time Mickie James loses a match, it will be her last. There's a headbutt by Billy Kay, and the Iconics are in control of this tag team matchup. Billy Kay went for the right hand. Of course, it was blocked. And now Mickie James monkey flipped from the corner. And that had to hurt the back of Billy Kay. And now Mickie James tags out to Kristen Murphy. And wait a minute. Kristen Murphy knocks Peyton Royce off the apron. And now an arm drag by Billy Kay. Of course, as much as they like to showboat and as much as they are cocky and arrogant, you cannot deny the in-ring abilities of both Billy Kay and Peyton Royce, as they both trained in Canada. Both are from Australia. There's a Mafia kick, and Kristen Murphy once again sends Peyton Royce off of the apron. And now Kristen Murphy, oh wait a minute, Billy Kay escaped the scoop slam right there. I believe Billy Kay was trying to attempt a chop block, but to no avail. But that still knocked Kristen Murphy over anyway. Northern Lights suplex. Now, there's some inexperience right there. Billy Kay should have tried to go for the cover there. And now Billy Kay's got Kristen Murphy up. Oh my God. There's the gory bomb. Shades of Gory Guerrero. And now there's a tag made to Peyton Royce. That was a smart move by Billy Kay right there. Smart tag team wrestling. And of course, the last time Peyton Royce and Kristen Murphy faced off was back in 2015 in Calgary at Winterfest. And now Peyton Royce is working on the back of Kristen Murphy. If you work on the back, she ain't going to be able to go for the biohazard or the code red. Kristen Murphy missed with the slap. There's a... Wait a minute. She's got Peyton Royce up. Biohazard connects. She's going for the cover. 1. And not even a 2 count. Peyton Royce manages to kick out. And a right forearm now by Peyton Royce. She's got Kristen Murphy up. Kristen Murphy in trouble now. She's got her up. Oh, snake eyes right on the turnbuckle. And that dazed Kristen Murphy right there, sent her into the heap. Oh, come on, ref. Choke in the corner. Referee's got to get this match under control now. And now Peyton Royce has got Kristen Murphy at her mercy. Kick to the midsection. She's got her. DDT. She just spiked her on her head. And now Kristen Murphy is going towards the corner now. And she tags in Mickie James. Mickie James now. Wait a minute. Peyton Royce caught her as she was coming in. There's a fireman's carry takedown. Lufez press by the former women's champion. And Mickie James is having none of it. Miss Hardcore Country herself. Forearm now. There's the Mick kick. And Mickie James says this ain't over yet. She's got Peyton Royce on spaghetti legs, and whatever she was going for, Peyton Royce just countered. Oh, right in the corner. And a drop kick now by Peyton Royce. Mickie James, of course, rolls out to the ring, but Peyton Royce catches her, sends her back in the ring. And now Mickie James is in trouble. Wait a minute, Kristen Murphy, sling blade. She just saved her partner. And now Peyton Royce is out on the canvas. Mickie James now tags in Kristen Murphy. I don't think that's a good idea one bit, because now you're putting your career at hands of Kristen Murphy. Wait a minute. Split. Oh my goodness. The cover. 1, 2, and Mickie James breaks up the 3 count. Holy smokes, what action in this tag team matchup. And now Peyton Royce tags in Billie Kay. Kristen Murphy desperately needs to tag back out. And wait a minute, Kristen Murphy counters the right hand. Another sling blade. And now Billie Kay's down. She sends Peyton Royce off the apron. And now Kristen Murphy, could she be thinking code red right here? She's dragging her away from... Wait a minute. She's got... Oh my goodness. Shades of Cesaro right here. What strength displayed by Kristen Murphy. Billie Kay's got to be dizzy after that one. And now Kristen Murphy is on fire. She's getting the crowd on her side. There's a lariat, followed by another lariat. She ducks the lariat by Billie Kay. Mafia kick to the face. And now Kristen Murphy's got Billie Kay up. What's she going for here? Page Turner. And now Kristen Murphy is going to drag Billie Kay to the center of the ring. She's got her focus now on Peyton Royce, and Peyton Royce catches her with a forearm to the face, and now Kristen Murphy is dazed and confused. This gives Billie Kay now an opportunity to recover, and Peyton Royce again, this time catches her with an enziguri, and now Kristen Murphy with a right hand sends Peyton Royce off the apron. Mafia kick. And now Kristen Murphy's dragging Billie Kay away from the ropes. She's going for the legs, which can only mean one thing. She's got it. She's got the code red locked in. Billie Kay has nowhere to go now. Peyton Royce is in the ring. And Billie Kay taps in. Peyton Royce went for the crossbody and missed anyway. Too little, too late. Kristen Murphy and Mickie James wins this non-title tag team matchup. And you better believe this has got to put them first in line for a women's tag team title shot. Mickie James can now breathe a sigh of relief as her career continues. Kristen Murphy and Mickie James get the win in this non-title matchup, and if I were General Manager Big Show, I would consider giving these two a title shot. What a heck of a tag team matchup. Kristen Murphy and Mickie James are your winners. What's next for these two?
That was awesome! And considering our lack of experience together, I'd say we make a pretty good team.
I agree. I mean, you know what? I just want to say thank you for doing this. I could be sitting at home right now, but instead we have a chance to win the tag team championships. And even if my career does end, this is a heck of a way to go out.
Before you celebrate too much, we just found out your tag title match will be taking place on our home turf.
That's right, in our great country, in front of our fans at Super Showdown.
It doesn't matter. We'll beat you anywhere.
Oh, you should also know it's going to be an Australian rules tag match,
which are the most iconic rules.
What does that even mean?
It means it'll be no disqualification, tornado tag.
Or willy willy tag, as we say down under.
Hey Mickie, you should pack an extra week of clothes. You know, so you can go on holiday in Australia after we end your career.
We'll call our grandparents and see if they know of any good senior resorts.
Later in the week in Melbourne, Australia, at WWE Super Showdown, Kristen Murphy and Mickie James would challenge the Iconics in a Australian rules Texas tornado match for the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. Now remember, in this match there is no disqualifications and all 4 women will be legal at the same time. We are now going to take you to this title match from Super Showdown.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Championship. Representing Absolution from Durham, North Carolina.
Out to the ring comes the former Raw Women's Champion and the former NXT Women's Champion. Kristen Murphy has been on a roll since arriving on the main roster a few years ago. Kristen Murphy has made an impact in the women's division that nobody could follow, and tonight she's looking to win some tag team gold with Mickie James, but she has a lot of weight on her shoulders because if they lose tonight, Mickie James' career is over.
From Richmond, Virginia, Mickie James!
Former Divas Champion, multi-time Women's Champion, former Impact Knockouts Champion, and former Women's Tag Team Champions at Impact, Mickie James has been one of the cornerstones of women's wrestling. She made her debut back in 2006 as a Trish Stratus superfan. Since that time, she has gone on to pave the way for women like Kristen Murphy to be able to shine under the bright lights today of the WWE, and was one of the cornerstones of the women's revolution. And tonight, Mickie James must win or her career is over. Here come the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, the Iconics. They won the tag team titles back at WrestleMania in a Fatal 4-Way matchup. Of course, that's been the highlight of their careers on the main roster so far. This past Friday night on SmackDown, they took exception to Kristen Murphy and Mickie James interrupting Iconic talk.
Do it, but only after we finish teaching everyone about cricket. Law 3, never interrupt the Iconics.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is what it is all about. The Women's Tag Team Championships being defended here tonight at Super Showdown from Melbourne, Australia. There you see referee Grey Hair holding up the belts. The crowd is on their feet here in Australia. Referee saying, let's go, here we go. Texas Tornado Australian rules match underway. All 4 women are legal at the same time. They do not have to tag in and out. I'm going to do my best to keep up with this action because this is going to be fast paced. This is also under Australian rules, which also means no disqualification, or at least that's what the Iconics made it seem this past Friday night on SmackDown. And now Peyton Royce looking to go after Kristen Murphy. And now Kristen Murphy has got Billie Kay with a full Nelson suplex. Now Peyton Royce with a scoop slam to Mickie James. Clothesline by Kristen Murphy. The Iconics are without champion's advantage tonight, so they have to win by either pinfall or submission to retain the titles. And now Irish Whip, and wait a minute, counter Irish Whip in the corner. And now the Iconics are stomping the mud hole in Kristen Murphy. There's a spinning leg kick from Peyton Royce. And now Kristen Murphy goes down the canvas. Wait a minute. The Iconics are going to the outside. Remember, this is no disqualification. And they got the cricket paddles. The same paddles they beat Kristen Murphy and Mickie James with this past Friday night on SmackDown. And wait a minute. Kristen Murphy and Mickie James got the cricket paddles. Oh! I don't think that's going to be popular with the crowd in Australia, but Kristen Murphy and Mickie James, turnabout's fair play. They just tore to shreds the Iconics with the cricket paddles, and now both Kristen Murphy and Mickie James are beating the hell out of Peyton Royce with the cricket paddles. Nowhere for Peyton Royce to go. She's sandwiched between both women. Oh my goodness. Well, you cannot say the Iconics did not deserve this coming to them, because they did. And now a cricket paddle shot on the throat of Billie Kay. Kick to the midsection now. Biohazard! This should be it. And Kristen Murphy's not going for the cover. I don't understand why. And wait a minute. Kristen Murphy now, she's got Peyton Royce on the outside. And Billie Kay with the cricket paddle over the back of Mickie James. Wait a minute. Outside here. Oh my God! A power bomb on the apron. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the hardest part of the ring. I will be surprised if Peyton Royce's back is not broken. And now Billie Kay is at the mercy of Mickie James and Kristen Murphy. Kristen Murphy's got the cricket paddle. Once again, there's a splash off the top from Mickie James, and Peyton Royce gets a cricket paddle for her troubles. I think this is now pretty much evident now. Kristen Murphy's got the legs. Billie Kay is being destroyed by the cricket paddle. Kristen Murphy's got Peyton Royce over now. She's got it. She's got it locked in. The code red is locked in. Peyton Royce has nowhere to go. Peyton Royce taps. Peyton Royce taps, and we got new women's tag team champions. Kristen Murphy and Mickie James have done it. Mickie James' career is safe once again, and because of this, Kristen Murphy and Mickie James are now the new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Well deserved, ladies. This is not going to go over well in Australia, but you know what? They don't care. They accomplished something they set out to do. And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for today's My Career Mode episode. Tomorrow, we will have another episode for you on tap, as we will come to you from Backlash. So, with that being said, we'll see you tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Good night from Australia.